My name is Greg Patterson, and I will be your MC for tonight. On stage with me is Jerry Dugan, Chairman of the Board. This is the 18th induction ceremony for the Huntsville-Madison County Athletic Hall of Fame, and tonight we have set a record crowd for over 1,000 people in attendance. It is my pleasure now to introduce to you the 12 inductees for this year, for 2010. And feel free to give applause to each one as they come onto the stage and take their place. At this time, I would like the members of the 1965 Councill High School football team please stand. They will receive a special achievement award later in the evening. Would all members please stand? At this time, we're going to present the Special Achievement Award. Will the 1965 Councill High School football team and the three widows that are representing deceased members of that team please come to the front of the hall and face the audience? Would y'all please come forward? This team had 41 members on the 1965 team, and 34 are represented here tonight. All right, please direct your attention to the screens on either side of the stage and listen as Rick Davis presents some important information about this undefeated team.
Isaac Ike Rooks may have put it best. All these years later, he said, a lot of people, and I'm one of them, still talk about the 1965 Councill High School football team. On a cool, crisp fall night, if you go by the library and listen closely, you can still hear the Tigers coming out of the locker room. But that's just my imagination, Rooks said. Rooks, the longtime radio voice of Alabama A&M football and basketball, is a Councill alumnus and former faculty member. He was the public address announcer for the undefeated 65 Councill Tigers, the last football team in the school's 98-year history. Councill was Huntsville's first public school for African Americans. It closed after the 1965-66 school year with the end of segregation in the city school system. The team's football field, Tiger Stadium, was located on the site of the present-day Huntsville Public Library. Competing against all-black schools from throughout North Alabama, Coach Adam Kellum's Tigers went 9-0 in their final season, outscoring their opposition 260-25. "We were loaded and we knew it," said Michael Ford, a flanker defensive back who later worked 43 years at the Huntsville Times. "It wasn't a question of whether we'd win, it was a question of how much." Tackle linebacker Jim Bellman said the Tigers were hailed as heroes and unifiers in the city's black community. "We'd be walking home on Friday nights after games and people would run up to us and stuff $1 or $2 in our pockets," said Bellman, who retired in 2006 after 36 years with the city's Parks and Recreation Department. "By the time we got home, we might have $10 or $15, which was mighty big money in those days." Several undergraduates on Councill's last football team went on to instant stardom in 1966 at both Butler High and Lee High. The 65 Councill roster included Leonard Rabbit Thomas, Tyrone Ragland, Arthur Battle, Edward Anderson, Hugh Bellman, Jim Bellman, Sammy Bone, Curtis Bradford, Taylor Burns, Alonzo Coolins, Paul Dillard, Michael Ford, Larry Gilliam, Anthony Jones, Walter Conley, William Jones, James Kelly, Ernest Leslie, Kenneth Leslie, Henry Malone, Thomas McCrae, Willie Pope, Barry Powers, Charles Powers, Bobby Sledge, Bruce Taylor, Charles Tuck, Roosevelt Tuck, Ronnie Sales, Edmund White, Kenneth Gurley, Royce Martin, Harold Fitchard, Walter Love, and Percy Anderson. Adam Kellum was the head coach, and Gene Clift and Jerry Davis were his assistants. The manager was Cornell Drake, and Carl Blackburn was the statistician. The 1965 Councill High Tigers.